Hey everybody, this is Rydo and we're back to the Watchmaker. So the game crashed as we were trying to figure out how to do a very confused boss fight. So let's see if we can do this again and see what happens. Uh, Meanwhile, even on top of this very confused boss fight, we still don't really have the best understanding of like what world we're in and what goals we're trying to accomplish. Like, it seems like we probably might be closer to the end than it seems. So we have to hit this steaming cup, and what I'm thinking happens is, oh, what happened there? Um, my guess is the other cup that exists on this map that hasn't spun around yet is not steaming. Yeah, that cup over there is not steaming. Okay, so now we've got this steaming cup, and our goal is to get both of these guys trapped, and that brings him down and breaks the cup. And see, that's where the game crashed the first time. And so now we have a cup over here. And so you can just pretty much ignore these guys. That is steaming. Alright, let's see if we can shoot it this way. And then shoot it that way. You, and see, you would hope that that would have checkpointed you, but I bet that doesn't checkpoint you at all. I bet we've just started the entire... Nope. Maybe it did. I've seen some games that have lacked stability, certainly, in my day. Played plenty of them like that. But there is a certain obviousness here to this that there is no polish whatsoever happening. Alright, so apparently I didn't trigger that in the order, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna run over here and hope that that catches one guy, and then see if this can catch the other guy. And see, that just dissolves the guy. And the music was playing weirdly loud. And still is playing weirdly loudly. Yeah. Now we've got another cutscene out of nowhere that's going to show us more memories of what I just assume is my estranged wife. And you can see the man puts his hand on your shoulder, so the other person who we thought was the bad guy and the saboteur very possibly is the alchemist who is working with us and to build this what the wife calls a tree, but I think more accurately would be described as a I forget that the D-pad moves things. Well, nothing seems to be moving things. Alright, let's try that again. Y button. And then left moves it this way. And I assume I'm supposed to be moving this as some kind of platform. Okay, maybe I was supposed to just push it all the way off to the edge. I think that may literally have been the solution. I think that's all I needed to do. There's just a section here in this very broken up world that we haven't found yet, where we're trying to move the horse so it will go around in circles. Well, if that door and that path is still locked, then there must be a different path, and I can see now that there is a different path, but you totally would not have been able to figure that out. And we just get far enough and the music cuts off, which certainly is not a smooth transition by any means, but whatever. And here we have, let's see, different pathways. Do we want to go back down that way, or are we supposed to be going back this way? Take a checkpoint. Remember, there's a big doll here, somewhere around here. Like far, far on the other side. See, so this section means we kind of missed that section, which I guess means we need to go this way. It's not particularly safe to drop down, though. Like, there was just a collectible up there in the top area. It is safe to drop down there, which once again just shows the just blatant lack of polishing and inconsistency of this game. This might be a great example as to why I have struggled so heartedly with trying to find good 3D platforming games since the era of games like Super Mario 64, which of course Nintendo had all the time and budget in the world to make Mario 64, since they really needed that. Yeah, you can be right next to these guys, and they don't seem to do anything. But more and more, it really is a case of there being little chance of you running into a good one. Part of the problem is you have a fandom that has allowed the genre to be dictated to and controlled by the fandom in a weird way, so that that now half the fans all want incredibly difficult games that are pretty much, in my opinion, incompatible with the sentimentality and the mentality that existed around 3D platformers being kind of kid-friendly aspects. I'm hoping that this is the right direction. There's a decent chance it isn't. Well, yeah, maybe I did just miss a section. Or maybe this path was not open previously.
Horses sleep standing up.
And don't walk backwards.
They do if you train them.
And we're still getting these weird, inconsistent dialogue conversations. Alright, so where did that send the horse now? Because you would expect that that would have been like the end of the puzzle. Is that alone? So we've unchained using the horse, which there was absolutely no indication whatsoever that that was what we were going to do. Like, that's just insane that you would do what was at least an hour and a half's worth of work to to free this marionette puppet and not even know that that was the solution. Let's come over here and see, now that our hand is freed, what we're trying to accomplish. See, that horse went through that part, and how would we get the horse or whatever to do the next part? This door is locked. Interesting. We had this, and so she gonna stick her hand through these spikes and get spiked? Like, what horrific thing are we gonna do to this marionette puppet? We can not pull her forward. And that does look like that's a whole nother path. So, are we somehow trying to move this horse all the way around? Let's see. The problem here is you just can't tell. Okay, best case scenario, I guess I am moving that one horse in a very different direction. And see, so much wandering around. You're halfway to aging into the next group, which honestly I think aging into the next group's a pain that should be addressed. Right. Where is this horse? He comes here. And then that turns him around. Now he's going a different direction. Him being forward probably doesn't accomplish much. I would assume that's the case. I feel like they designed this so you would have hit this platform first, and because I missed this platform first, now I'm in a situation where I have to let's see, I think now he's just gonna go in circles. Yeah, I think I now have to run back to where I was, or amongst many different places, to find the switches. There we can see down there is a collectible also. But by the time we got to an area like that, I think we'd have a decent chance in which we failed to really reach. Alright, well, let's see if we can... Like, I wish it was a much more checkpoint system game, so that we didn't constantly have to risk dying to accomplish even the smallest action. Okay. Let's see. Running down here. in the hopes that this will lead somewhere when I'm fairly certain it won't. I think the collectible watch is over here, but how are you even supposed to reach that? See, that seems like quite the jump to potentially have to make. This weird angular jump. Yeah, you're not going to make that. Half of these jumps only work specifically because they were designed to work in the fashion that they were designed to work in. Okay, maybe this is a little bit easier than it seems, because maybe all I need to do is make a slight change. Okay. So there is something down this direction I missed. And so do we want to go down that way? Are all of the teleportation things on blocks? Are they all on this general level? Or could there have been teleportation things in other areas? I'm gonna see if I can go to the left.
Hey, chatty voice. I'm not dumb. I know you cannot tell me what happened before. I just want you to help me, okay? Help me understand, step by step.
You are clever, Watchmaker. Expected of the best engineer in the world. It seems everything is related to horses in here.
Obviously, only horses make this woman happy.
And how do you know?
It's noticeable.
Another great example of the audio just getting triggered. Like, it's not difficult to either have your audio triggers be so far apart that there's no way a player could run to, and like this part never stops, right? I mean, it'll stop fine, but that won't accomplish anything. So what? There must have been a collectible on this side only. Alright, so we'll go left again. That way we can probably go a full circle. And see, I don't think there's a reason to jump through the top. You just fall to your death. Yeah. Looks like there's a watch over here, so I haven't been over here. Yeah, but fairly easy to not have a scenario like this where the audio triggers on top of each other. Maybe a lot more difficult to make sure that the audio triggers in the order that it should trigger, but there seems like there's been zero effort to see that happen in this case. It definitely feels like they have just written a conversation and ideas of conversations, lines of dialogue, and then thrown them up in the air and mixed them up, kind of like a Nostradamus prediction. Here we've got some more stuff going on. And I could even see that being intentional, but you kind of, if you're going to tell a story like that, need to break with the conversation a little bit and say, yes, this person is completely out of time, and sometimes his memories and his conversations happen out of order, and you have to really think those things through and be a genius writer, for lack of a better description, to be able to keep all of that in order. Also, not only do you have to be a genius writer, you have to be a genius understander for, and that's probably a better word of that, of how just humans and human brains and human understanding works, because you have to express those ideas fully and clearly to an average viewer. That's where we want to go. We can see it. Where is the teleportation block? Why does this not connect to that? Again, this is just not a jump you're going to be able to make. I don't really have other abilities. How would one get over there? Or perhaps down there? There is a little bit of a problem, I think, with this area being such a large area that you're potentially let's go ahead and check checkpoint here. Like you're potentially unloading the graphics that need to be visible from a far distance. Our little footsteps ability. See, that looks like that might be it. But also it seems, if I was to guess, like we've just gone in full circle and probably accomplished nothing. Okay. How does one get over there? The audio seems like it's broken in a loop. Are we supposed to just jump? Okay. Was there possibly a different pathway down lower? I don't think so. Trying to be as careful as possible. It can't be this one. Right? Maybe it is this one. Okay, what's happening now? We have a horse. It goes around. It seems to me like it's going around in a loop, eventually hitting this point. Are we correct on that part? Or is the horse getting stuck? It is going somewhat in a different direction. Okay. Then it kind of stops. Then it just kind of goes forward, and then it just glitches out of existence completely. Then we see a horse way over in that distance, which I feel like are other options. Let's try this. Seems to me like we're not triggering the ability. Yeah. Seems to me like that doesn't work yet. Let's go back up to the top. Because there might be... This might be something as simple as there was a door I just couldn't open before. That might be it. There's two of these. Okay. You can use it directly on her chest. On the upper floor. Question is just where? Where do you even get to these puzzles over there? See, I don't know if the horse I'm seeing there has anything to do with anything, or if there's literally just a second horse. And it's been quite a while since we were at the top here. So we can grab a bunch of these. We started right at the top here. And so I imagine this is supposed to be where you first see everything. Okay. So I think I have to go one way or another all the way over to that area and flip some switches, which then I think probably will let the horse go a different direction in this area, because I bet this central area is the thing, and I probably should flip that switch first. We need to kind of figure out if the horse, like the horse goes here, it hits a roundabout and then turns around. Okay, I see. So I think I've got this. But at least I think I've got the beginnings of understanding this. That was a very inefficient way to go down the stairs twice. Let's go ahead and checkpoint again. For as glitchy as this game is, extra checkpointing is not going to be a problem. Okay, so he comes and switches. This may not be the platform we need to switch, though. Let's see. See, the orientation is the thing that's got me all messed up here. I don't think you can do anything to switch the switch over there. We are here. We want him to take the path to go that way. To make him take the path to go that way, I think, is not this platform. So which platform is it then? Is there a platform over that direction? Is there a platform over this direction? I am just doing a remarkable job of not keeping in my head where these platforms are. There's just a level of repetitiveness to all of this. I wonder if...
Childish attacks. You'll never die from that.
Don't get cocky and shut your mouth.
Interesting. These guys just seem to slow you down. Interesting to trigger an audio. I guess the implication here is that these creatures are probably from some child, or potentially a child that was never born, never conceived. Okay. We've got 2 switches here. Which way? And you have a decent amount of time, I suppose. Which way do we want this to go? Horse comes this way. Again, I might just be at the wrong platform. Ideally, and almost certainly you would die if you ran on the tracks. Let's see what this does. Probably changes very little. The horse just takes forever now to go in a full loop. I want to test something here, because if this works, this would be great. Jump. Nope, the distance is far enough that you probably would never make a jump. I imagine even if you did make a jump and somehow caught like the edge of a area, I imagine it still wouldn't work for you. Yep. Okay. So then the next question is there a teleporter like down there in that area? Or is that just a pile of dolls or something else? Do I really want to go through that whole path? I don't think I actually even need to. Okay. That's probably where we were. We can see a horse coming this way. what I really want to know is, are there more teleportation paths? Is that a collectible? Looks like it is a collectible. Should I waste my time on that? Like, we've seen multiple collectibles and it's not worth getting. We're already spending too much time on this level. This might be the end for a couple different reasons. I wouldn't be surprised if there's maybe a boss fight at the end of this, or one very small level after this point. Because we have hit certainly a level of a very large open area. And I know I said in the last recording, or a previous recording at least, that I would probably, if I was the game director, have eliminated a lot of the enemies or all the enemies and just made a pure 3D platforming game. But even with the pure 3D platforming experience that they're offering here, that's probably not enough to make a satisfactory game. So I kind of have to say they probably did make the right choice. I suppose it will boil down to a matter of scope and scale. Like, in theory, you would want a bigger game than what this game is offering. In practicality, you're probably not going to get that. Right. Maybe this does go somewhere different. See, it feels like there's 4 of these platformers. And there's a button over there to stand on. How would you even get there? So this goes around. And then it turns around and then goes back. I mean, that's perfect. There's no way that's wrong. Which that leaves every single bit of evidence to say that this is the way to go to hit a platform over here. Okay. But then this platform over here seems to not be one that has a horse on it. I did. Alright, well. Yeah, this is the platform we want. So now that goes in circles and sends it to the other direction, which I think at that point we have put it on a different track, and it is going really, really far away. I feel like it's gonna, at some point, once the horse gets close, just show us a cutscene, because we can't even see the marionette doll. Yep. And see, it didn't even really show us a cutscene of the chain breaking. Okay. So now the marionette doll has both hands free. What horrific thing are we doing to the marionette doll now to pierce her wrists and simulate suicide? I kind of assume.
What did you do? What have you done, Watchmaker? The doll will polarize us.
I have an idea.
I told you we should have taken another way.
So yeah, it's just like So yeah, the doll is trying to kill us. So this entire level is built around the idea of making a doll that wants to kill you. Is the stuff irritating you? See. We can see there's like a portal in her mouth that I feel like, oops, that's probably not what we need to do quite yet. And here you can see the music is
What did you do?
triggering.
What have you done, Watchmaker? The doll will pulverize us!
I have an idea.
I
Okay.
told you we should have taken another way!
Let's see. She'll look pretty much in any window you can send her through. Let's double check that nothing happens up here. Okay. So it all seems to be between that top level and these two levels, and we've got gates on both sides. Okay. So it's start a door,
What have you done,
open the
Watchmaker?
door,
The doll
slow
will
down
pulverize
time.
us.
I have an idea.
I told you we should have taken another way!
I suppose. That's what this is supposed to all be about. And then see, it seems to squash you quite easily. And there's no like timing mechanism.
What did you do? What have you done, Watchmaker? The doll will pulverize us!
I have an idea.
I told you we should have taken another way!
Like, it could be that these are not in step. Let's see. Maybe that keeps them busy. Right. That's one. And did that successfully rip off a hand? Or trap a hand? Yes, it did. Okay. So the next part of this is to go up higher to the next floor. Nope, go down lower to the next floor. So these aren't on the same floors. Alright. You have to be fairly close to these guys. Let's see if I'm supposed to do something else there. Kinda freeze time. This is another bad boss fight, certainly.
What have you done, Watchmaker?
Okay.
The tool will pulverize us.
I have an idea.
I told you we should have taken another way.
Okay. Get through here. See if... There we go. And... Did that pull her hand free? Nope, it ripped off her arm. Good. Alright. Oh, and that one had already been stuck. Okay, so we are good. We can just find this doll and maybe get some life here. Let's go ahead and trigger this and this. And that seems to not do anything. So I'm not sure if the music actually does anything or not. Let's see what's happening down here. Alright. Just a lot of terrible sound effects here of like children apparently programmed to throw fits on the field. Okay. Alright, well then let's activate this and then hit that and see if that freezes time long enough for me to be able to use this and rip out the heart, which is I think what we did there. Like just a great example once again. So nothing really around the fancy skirt. It was just a overly animated fancy skirt. I suppose it's worth mentioning. It seems like all these pictures have blacked out faces of the female character. I wouldn't be surprised one bit if it turned out that the wife was the saboteur, and she's destroying the tree because the tree effectively destroyed the relationship they had, although that's really lashing out at a symptom versus the root of the cause. Alright, well, let's walk through the portal in the mouth. Here we get another cutscene with a ghost. The wife, of course.
Alexander? Is it you? I've been looking for you what feels like an eternity. I have finally found you.
Alice, Alice, what happened? Where are we?
They seem to be trapped far in the future.
Come to me, Alexander. Save my soul from this excruciating pain. Why are you not here with me? I'm suffering with your abandonment.
Alice, my love, I am so sorry. I didn't know this would happen. I didn't think this could go so wrong. I only wanted to cure your disease. I only wanted to have you by my side.
This is way more revolution of the story because he didn't have his own memories.
Go back, I swear. I would undo my clock. Never build it. I would abandon everything. Take care of you and only worry about your well-being. Why? What have I done to deserve such misery?
My dear,
Interesting, they
I won't
skipped
be
a
able to
part
rest
here. Is
until
this
you
God's
find
will?
me. You have to let me go. I'm suffering in this place. Save me, please.
Tell me what to do, Alice. Where are you? Alice, wait. Wait, don't go!
Well, at least we have a little bit better of a reason to be doing what we're doing. Glitch, glitchy, glitch. Inherently, this is kind of the problem. Oh wow, I just managed to die by getting too close to her arm. Oh, seriously, do I have to go through this whole...
What did you do? What have you done, Watchmaker? The door will pulverize us!
I have an idea.
I told you we should have taken another way!
Wow, so I managed to die in a section they totally didn't plan for you to be able to die in. So we'll probably have to watch that whole cutscene again. Well, maybe it'll do us a favor and not do that. Yeah, I suppose if you were to become this kind of god of time where you have to maintain some device that somehow affects time, at least in a inside your own tower, you potentially abandon all connection to the rest of the world, and you potentially live forever, which the burden of living forever is that you lose any connection to people that don't live forever, such as your wife, and you abandon them too. Here we have a pile of apple crates and stuff that was used as a platform once before. We were back into a darker version of the first level. We have to remember we have a limited amount of time here.
Who are you really?
You still don't know? It's me, Thomas!
You can't be Thomas. You were with me when he crossed us.
That's Aurelius! He's using my body! He stole it during the body transmutation!
I don't understand. If you are Thomas, then you are to blame for everything that happened to Alice. You manipulated everything to claim your revenge.
Look at those subtitles just going all the way to the end.
You can't do this without me!
I built this tower with my own two hands. I know the way.
You don't know what Aurelius is capable of!
But
Sorry,
I know
bumped
what
my-
you are capable of.
My microphone. So, like, really is there a point in that conversation? Because video game wise, you really don't want him to leave, because he's an element to the game that probably will help you, although he's been fairly useless up until this point. Plus, storyline wise, he's kind of the only person that's talking to you at all. I would have probably wanted to have this be a spirit that was just communicating you for Aurelius, and then it could have just been the Watchmaker versus the bad guy the whole
This
time.
place is vast and spooky. Thomas's peripheral vision could be useful.
Let's see. So are we gonna slow down time and make some running jumps here? I think you just have to run and jump. This kind of goes to show that... There we go. I got lucky there. There's actually less benefit than you would think to having the ability to slow down time. And seemingly they went out of their way to program those jumps so that you wouldn't fall to your death. We're back to barrels that don't break.
How could I treat her like this? How could I neglect her while she was sick? I'm inhuman, by God. How could I leave her aside? Feeling sorry for myself won't fix anything. I must repair the watchtower. And Thomas, that parasite. I'll fix all of this so he can finally die. I don't care about his tumultuous life. Bloody hell, what if I need his help in this level? I need to be more careful with what I'm shouting from now on.
It would be kind of funny to have a good game where you had like an assistant character like that sprite, chatty voice, and then they just have a fight and disappear and you never see him again. It's like, oh, well, that was weird. More and more we're seeing elements of the real world creep into these towers instead of being separated segments. So should we go up first? I think we'll probably find that there isn't so much here. Okay, so that was the switch that activated something. I think we probably are back to switches. Seriously, can I not jump over that? Of course, every little jump potentially is a death. So, these buildings are repeated and mirrored and not much quality variety in
How
it.
could I volunteer Alice for these kinds of experiments? I trusted Thomas because bodily transmutation was the only way to save her. And if Aurelius stole his... Thomas must be paying for his sins in here. Just like me and Alice. This is without a doubt purgatory. And built by me nonetheless. Damn it all!
So his time clock tower.
Sometimes I think Thomas is just a lonely brat and innocent in a lot of ways.
This is a weird conversations back to back.
I think I listen. But that doesn't mean we're friends.
So there's this whole body transmutation thing, and not to compare this pretty terrible game to something like Full Metal Alchemist, the transmutation element really has come out of nowhere and not been fully explained or hinted at. Like, we've been seeing a lot of creatures, and there have been some hints that human souls were in these automatons, but there was no indication whatsoever that somehow, interesting, just floating piece of debris. I don't think that's supposed to be there. I think that's a glitch. Yeah, there's no indication up until this point that the Watchmaker had anything to do with any body transmutation or the creation of the monsters in this watchtower. Those all seem like something that the saboteur may have created. There we have a giant building we need to push. And sort of an open world section, it seems.
The rails guide life. A rail is a journey.
Let's see. Still not sure why you could break those.
There's a lot of energy. The intensifier should come in handy. Each house has a will of its own, life of its own. These households are still full of life. Souls are sending something to this place. Something very strong.
So what gets this to move? Like, if he was going to have these introspective conversations to himself, I think a lot of that could have happened. Interesting. Little shadow creatures. Little shadow creatures of, like, children. Yeah, if throughout the game up until this point this had been a case of of him by himself just trying to rediscover his reality, there might have been a way you could have used the random gibberish that he's spouting, or small observations. Take it depending on whether you want to put more meaning into what he's saying or not. So, slight problem here. Slightly more difficult to make your way back than it is to make your way forward, but I guess if you fell to your death, you might very well just respawn. But I'm not sure where you'd respawn. It's not like there's been a checkpoint. I'm not sure I agree with the idea of there's a checkpoint. Incessantly having enemies attack you. Alright. Push that building in. Rotate that building. I'm not doing anything on the controls, by the way. In case you're wondering about that. Like, yeah, I assume that that's what they wanted. I'm just holding the right trigger, and that rotated the building and pushed it in. So very basic, press a button and an action happens, even though pressing that button did completely different actions earlier. You see that in games, but they tend to try to make that less obvious. There's plenty of examples of games where you just press A, and A subconsciously just means action, and that action happens. QuickTime events are the most blatant example of that, where you press A and then all of a sudden you're doing entire mini cutscenes. I think I just went in a circle there. Yeah. We want to go where? I don't think you're supposed to jump to the roof of that building from that angle. We may supposed to go to the roof of the building from a different angle. I don't know if I'm going the right direction at all. I don't think I'm supposed to be up here. Which then probably means this roof section is probably just to give us a visual on where we're supposed to go. The problem here seems to be that we're kind of mirroring everything. So that's making it hard for me to figure out where I'm supposed to be. Falling to my death is probably as good of a solution as any. See, it seems like we got to that roof, and then maybe we needed to come back down. I think that's the case. Let's look at our inventory. Let's see, we had this new Hummingbird's flight. We almost certainly missed at least one watch, and we probably missed 2 or 3. I wouldn't be surprised if we've even missed a leather, and potentially newspapers, although it also might just be that we're halfway through the game. Wouldn't be surprised if we missed the papyrus. Anyways, that's going to be it for this recording. At the very least, we were able to beat the boss fight at the very beginning, and even struggle through another boss fight after that point, and the game didn't crash, and so we can still play. Unfortunately, the game is really not getting much better. It's very much staying at mixed results, and frankly at this point having mixed results on Steam is getting closer to having negative reviews at this point. Anyways, that's going to be it for this recording. As always, I ask you to like, share, subscribe, comment, and watch every second of my videos. If you want a friend to follow me on any social media sites, there's a whole bunch of links down below. And if you want to support me further, there's a link to Patreon, or you can friend me on Steam and gift me a game off my wishlist. Thank you for watching. Have a good evening.